So how did the Ouija board originate? What's the true story behind this? This is on Curiosity by Ruben Westmus. We wonder what Ouija means. Maybe it's the name of a first spirit contacted through the veil of death. Maybe it's a demonic force that introduced the eerie power to the mortal realm. Maybe the ghosts that early mediums contacted were just very agreeable European repeating we and ya. But there are true origins of this board which you might not have expected, including the real-life movement that spawned it. Ouija boards and spiritualism. The spiritual history, like a few of the other stories we've told with roots in the 19th century, Ouija board is a product of the spiritualist movement that seized the United States in the wake of the Civil War. People across the country were desperate for a way to contact their late relatives, not to mention their own divine powers. As such, it's perhaps not surprising that there used to be more than one way to talk to a ghost using a board and a planchette. That's the thing that you push around the Ouija board. Still, it's sort of surprising to hear that Ouija isn't a general name for a type of oracle. Spiritualism was started by sisters Margaret and Kate Fox sometime around 1848, when they allegedly contacted the spirit of a deceased merchant. The first talking boards wouldn't show up for some decades after that. It's a little unclear where they started exactly, but they likely emerged from a table tipping or turning. Mediums who tried to reach the afterlife with this method would sit at a table which would move and tip as they spoke to ghosts and spirits. We're guessing no one was looking too closely at their feet. This movement would bump tiles bearing letters off the table, allowing a message to apparently get through. From this technique, mediums expanded to proper talking boards, which might either be pencil or alphabet based. A pencil planchette would roll on 3 legs, 2 of them wheels and 1 of them a pencil facing tip down, so any movement would leave a mark behind. A medium might attempt to see a message in the scribble on the blank paper, or use a specially prepared sheet of paper with messages or omens. The planchette could hover ominously near them. Now, the birth of the Ouija. These modern Ouija boards, on the other hand, are examples of alphabet boards, but when they're not the first ones either. These boards adorned with the alphabet and a few key phrases like yes or no or hello and goodbye predated the Ouija as well. So what made it special? Well, the inventors of the Ouija board may have been a decade or so late to claim coming up with the idea. They were the first ones to actually submit it to the patent office. There are some questions surrounding who exactly gets credit for this particular board, but whether it was Charles Kennard, whose name is on the patent, or Elijah Bond, a major investor closely tied to its creation. The Ouija board was first advertised in 1891. And as for the name, we have a pretty definite source, but its meaning is still shrouded mystery. Bond's sister-in-law, Helen Peters, was a medium of some renown and asked the board what it would like to be called while it was still in the playtesting phase. And it replied Ouija and explained that the word meant good luck. All right? Except it definitely doesn't mean good luck, at least not in any known language. And as Peters herself claimed later, she was wearing a locket engraved with the word Ouija at the time of the reading. This makes less sense by the sentence. And fortunately, there's one theory that can pull out all of these threads together. As a well-read upper-class woman, Peters was likely familiar with the English novelist Ouida, O-U-I-D-A, and may indeed have worn a locket that bore the pen name. Swap one letter and you've got your answer. So much for the supposed ancient origins of this alleged link to the next world. If you'd like to join me on my Patreon account, you will hear content not covered by mainstream media. These riveting stories will be based on my research, and I will state my opinions and give my personal insight on diverse and controversial subjects and world events not covered by mainstream media, and not supported by YouTube guidelines. So whatever I have on my Patreon, most of those will not be on my YouTube channel. Please consider becoming a member today. More of the most significant and important videos will be on my Patreon channel. Your support helps me to continue my research and keeps this YouTube channel alive. And we depend on your support, your generous charity, because we help economically challenged families here in Athens, Greece, in Kapota, and we also help the young generation with university tuition and the community around our church. Thank you.